Outlaw Law is brought to you by Whitaker and Hamer, attorneys and counselors at law. Your law firm for life.
Welcome back into the Outlaw Lawyers. Josh Whitaker and Joe Hamer, managing partners at Whitaker and Hamer Law Firm, practicing attorneys here in North Carolina. In studio today, Cassandra Nicholas, also an attorney with Whitaker and Hamer. Offices located Raleigh, Garner, Clayton, Goldsboro, Fuquay, Varina, and Gastonia. We talk the legalese. You may have a situation you're facing. You can always call and get more information. 800-659-1186. That's 800-659-1186. And leave your contact information, briefly what the call is about, and an attorney with Whitaker and Hamer will be in touch. And you can always email your questions to the program, questions@theoutlawlawyer.com. All right, we're going to talk about rainbows, Skittles. I'm excited. What's going on with Skittles?
First of all, Joseph, do you eat Skittles? When's the last time you had a Skittle?
Oh, man, I hate Skittles. Skittles are probably my least favorite candy. Never resonated with me.
This edition of the Outlaw Lawyer is brought to you by Skittles. No,
hey, it's nothing against them, man. My kids, I keep them in business. My kids love them. I buy them for the kids. But I've never been a fan, man. Like candy for me, like I like chocolate, I guess. So like sweet candy, like sweet tarts, Skittles, Airheads. It's never really been my thing. I know you can't tell by looking at my unfit body, but I don't eat a lot of sweets like that, Josh.
You know, speaking of unfit, I'm in that club. I am definitely not in peak physical condition. And you know, I don't know what's up with my TikTok algorithm, but I'll be looking at TikTok, and for some reason, I'm getting all these videos of people like me who are not super fit getting on stuff. Like zip lines mainly, right? Zip lines and horses, and people are having to help them on there, right? And I feel like as a general rule, if someone's having to help you ride something, like help you get into it, you shouldn't ride it. And I think that is definitely a rule for zip lines and horses. I think that's the biggest thing I'm seeing. But I don't know how TikTok decided that's what I wanted to see, but they feed me a lot of those. I don't know if you guys see those on your
I've had zero of those.
Right. Okay. Just me then.
Videos of people having trouble getting on things and riding them.
Yeah, I think our algorithms are different. You might be hipper than me. I'm not on TikTok anyway, but the Instagram algorithm.
I could feel the judgment in your voice.
I fought it for a long time, and then my one of my kids got on there and started sending me stuff. So
are you posting any videos?
No.
Can we go find your?
No,
he's never going to tell you.
No.
He's never going to tell you. Maybe it pops up in your algorithm. Maybe if you get that algorithm that has people struggling to get on things, you're going to see Josh trying to climb a ladder or something.
I saw this one. There was like 3 people trying to get this dude on a horse. I was like, maybe you shouldn't be on that horse, man. If it takes like 3 people to get you on there.
How did the horse feel about it?
The horse, they always fall off. The horse bucks. The zip line breaks, something happens, and
so you're just watching videos of people getting injured, man. It's not even people having that's just injury videos.
Yeah. I you know, in my mind they didn't get hurt. You know, they're not moving right away, but I figured they just got the wind knocked out of them.
I'm gonna tell you, this is a bold claim, but if it takes 3 people to get you on a horse and you fall off of that horse, you're hurt.
Stay down.
Yeah, you're injured. That is a debilitating injury.
Cassandra, you eat these Skittles, these things called Skittles?
I don't. I'm in the same, like, not a big sweets person camp. If I have more room, I'm going to have another plate of nachos versus a dessert. So
Morgan, Skittles?
No.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm not a big candy guy.
I like chocolate.
Who's keeping these people in business? Chocolate. I guess my kids.
We went on a vacation here earlier. Well, I guess it would have been last month by now. But we always get them something. It's a long ride, right? And we always get the kids something. We're like, hey, what do you want to have in the car? And maybe we'll get some Pepsi or something, you know. And my middle kid, tropical flavored Skittles, huge bag. That's what he wanted. So I had some of those. They weren't terrible. But anyway, a California man has sued in federal court. They have sued Mars Inc., the company that produces and sells Skittles. And they are claiming that the titanium dioxide in the candy makes it unfit for human consumption.
And to be clear, he is the class representative, but this is a class action lawsuit. So there's a bunch of people that think it's unfit for human consumption.
And so I didn't, you know, there's a lot of things I've learned in my old age that I shouldn't have eaten. You know, they tell you not to do drugs and stuff when you're little, and you know, if you drink a lot of alcohol, that has some side effects. If you smoke cigarettes, you know what you're in for. But when you're just innocently eating candy, you don't realize, I think, at a younger age how bad it is for you. But Cassandra, you did a little research, so you know what titanium dioxide. You know about it.
I do a little bit, not very much. But it's a white coloring, and the assertion is that it causes genotoxicity, which is damage to DNA that can cause cancer. But the studies are pretty. Yeah, you're fine, Joe. It's fine.
No, man, I'm not. I'll give you my reason why when you're done with your thought.
This is not the only thing it's in. It's in like soups and sauces and all sorts of.
It's in powdered donuts, and I'm gonna die.
I'm sure. The studies are relatively limited, but they're moving forward anyway. The FDA has not banned it. It's totally legal to use in products in the U.S. So I'm not sure what Skittles' responsibility is versus the FDA's.
Right. If it's legal
so
to be
it's been banned in Europe, but not banned by the FDA.
So the EU has said they will be banning it. It's still for sale in the EU. And then the UK, now its own thing post-Brexit, decided there's not enough studies and they are not banning it. However, Skittles have already been banned in Sweden and Norway for a while, not due to this ingredient, due to other ingredients in it, primarily due to some colorings, yellow 5 and 6, that cause like allergies and hyperactivity in kids. And
I've heard things about this yellow 5.
Yeah, that's the Mountain Dew problem, right? That's the Mountain Dew
one,
problem.
right?
Yeah.
You know what they say about Mountain Dew, Josh.
It's delicious, and everybody loves it.
Note to self: sell Skittles stock.
Well, titanium dioxide. It sounds delicious. What does it do? What's the?
it's genotoxicity, Josh. Aren't you listening?
No, but what is it? Why do they even? What's the advantage of even?
You want to hear
having
what
it?
it's in, Josh? It's in confectionery, pastries, cake decorations, toothpaste, all of your favorite things.
What's it supposed to do? What's the advantage? Why even have it if it
makes them prettier?
Yeah, it just makes it's just a white coloring agent. You want to make it just it's an agent of color.
I saw this.
Right?
I saw this yesterday. I want to get on the I want to get on Pacer. I want to get on the federal. I want to pull down the complaint. I want to see the legal reasoning behind it. Because yes, if the FDA says it's all right, how can you hold Mars negligent or culpable or responsible for using it?
So I do believe that part of it is that the Mars company, the Skittles company, has been representing since 2016, so for the last 6 years, that they would be removing this from their product. So people have, in the meantime, believed that it's either going to be removed or has already been removed, but they still have not done it. And they, purportedly hide it in their ingredient list.
I've never looked at the ingredient list for Skittles, but I bet it's alarming just before this story.
When you're eating candy, no one thinks they're taking vitamins. I don't think anybody's eating any candy thinking wow, this is good for me. This is going to help me out. I think you have to assume you're killing yourself slowly.
Look, I was sidebar here, but I was at the lake and I was getting some sodas for the kids, and they had Mountain Dew, right? They have Mountain Dew, but they have all these different flavors of Mountain Dew. I know they got the Code Red and all that stuff that's been around for a while, but they have all these new flavors. Have you seen those?
Yeah, I've seen some of them. I'm not a big Mountain Dew aficionado because, again,
there's a spicy
the
one
scare around it got me.
So my kids bought all the flavors. So there was a gold that's got a mango pineapple thing, and then there's a hot sauce one, and then there was 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's a Flamin' Hot Cheetos one. It's one of them.
That's right. And they had a little taste test, right? And they set up a little taste test. But I just didn't want
TikTok taste test where you can't see them with the straws in them and they have to guess.
I didn't know what it was, but they
were on TikTok.
They did. That didn't come up in my feed. But anyway,
if there was someone choking to death during the taste test, I'm sure that's going to be a Josh's algorithm.
It's only people who, like me, are unfit, who are being loaded onto rides and things that they probably shouldn't be in. Well, there's other stuff, but that's
How many of those
TikTok's
videos
just
can there
warning
be?
you.
Yeah, I get some animal videos too. Somebody was giving their guinea pig a haircut. I get that one. I don't know the rhyme or reason.
Well, we know where you're spending your time, Josh, because the algorithm's throwing it at you.
Look,
What are you searching on Google to get a guinea pig haircut?
I get a lot of golf videos.
Look, my kids
I feel good about that.
My kids are Googling stuff too. It's not just me.
Okay.
Right.
Blame it on the kids.
I think that's a warning to you, man. Your kids might be setting you up to put you on something. That could be a clue.
Anyway, this lawsuit, like I said, I hadn't been able to really research it. It came up. It is a class action. These things are usually, class actions don't happen overnight. There's some thought, there's some process there. So I don't think this one will be going away, but we'll see. We'll kind of keep our eye on it. I don't know if it'll make the news again. This is the kind of thing that, companies, they say no publicity is bad publicity, but your product being unfit for human consumption is probably not the best. But I'm sure they'll find a way to settle this one or put it to bed, but we'll keep an eye on it anyway.
Outlaw Lawyers, we are talking all legalese and some fun. Obviously, Skittles, we got a little bit off track there, but that's a lot of fun. Josh Whitaker and Joe Hamer are the Outlaw Lawyers. Our special guest in studio today is Cassandra Nicholas, also an attorney with Whitaker and Hamer, and she brought the Skittles knowledge today. And we want to remind you, too, that Josh and Joe are managing partners of the firm and practicing attorneys here in North Carolina. Offices located in Raleigh, Garner, Clayton, Goldsboro, Fuquay-Varina, and Gastonia. If you've got a legal question of your own and you need an answer, I've got a number for you, 800-659-1186. That's 800-659-1186. Leave your contact info, briefly what the call's about, and an attorney will be in touch with you from Whitaker and Hamer. And you can always email your questions to the program. We'll answer them on a future program. Questions at theoutlawlawyer.com. When we come back, Murdoch update. It is a made-for-TV movie, but we won't. Well, basically it is. And we'll talk about that coming up next on The Outlaw Lawyers.